Want to know a secret? My camera is a fabulous liar. My first semester as a photo student at ArtCenter was when the Ellwood Building opened. Guess what my joy of that first semester was? The visiting artist was none other than my hero, Richard Avedon. He put up a major exhibition at ArtCenter. Those Avedon images made a big impression. The contrast between what I knew of his fashion work and what some people said were rather cruel portraits opened my mind to the power of contradiction. During every break from ArtCenter, I would go to New York to visit my older brother Dean, who had a very influential upstart art gallery called 56 Bleecker. Dean and his friends were very much into the downtown scene and the circle around Andy Warhol, that is. So I got to tag along to places like Studio 54. The folks who worked for Andy at Interview knew who I was. I was Dean's little brother, the photo kid. And all of a sudden, they needed someone to shoot a portrait for the magazine in Los Angeles. I got the call. Remember, I was still a student at ArtCenter, and a couple of days later, I was shooting my first editorial assignment, a portrait of Steven Spielberg. And from there, things developed. I started to work for Rolling Stone, ended up shooting more than 100 covers over the next few years. Then along came Harper's Bazaar, where I went on to shoot tons of editorial portraits. Then something began to shift. A few photographers began to direct music videos. So I went back to ArtCenter, enrolled in the film school for 1 year, and no matter where in the world I was doing photo shoots, I flew back to LA for class. I guess I'd call this period my MTV era. People used to say, "But what's your personal work like?" I was taken aback at first. This work was personal, but then it started to sink in. It was time to commission myself. So I started casting about for a subject, and I happened to see an article in the New York Times about the Vent Haven Museum with the world's greatest collection of vintage ventriloquism dummies. This was it, my first self-assignment. The Talking Heads project became a fine art series of monumentally scaled, forensic-looking close-ups that explore the sense of life in these inanimate objects and to how we project our life force into images of humans. Beauty Light is a retrospective of my magazine work from 1988 to 2008, depicting some of the era's most talked about entertainers like Salma Hayek, Lenny Kravitz, Angelina Jolie, Penelope Cruz, Jack Nicholson, Beyonce. For my next fine art project, I wanted to question the nature of art making, so I returned to a childhood favorite, an art pageant that has been going on for 100 years in Laguna Beach, California. Called Pageant of the Masters, this became the Art People Project. Volunteers recreate works of art through tableau vivant. The project explores the transformative power of art and performance while questioning the boundaries between reality and representation. Hollywood Royale, another retrospective. This one of my first decade of glamour portraits. A postmodern reflection on the essence of Hollywood's golden age, featuring 1980s pop icons like Madonna, Prince, Michael Jackson, and Cyndi Lauper. Back in 1998, I established the Matthew Rolston Scholarship for Film and Creative Direction at ArtCenter. The college asked me many times if I would consider teaching. The answer was always no, But then, my life shifted. I wanted to pass on what I knew, so I created a class called The Power of Pleasure that allows students to role-play the experience of working at a high-level communication agency. And one thing I know for sure, teaching is learning. So I went searching for the truth in my latest project, Vanitas. In a way, that's what these mummies do for me. They tell me true stories about life, death, and art. Photographing the mummies was strange, yes, but it was also deeply moving. In those faces, I saw both the fragility of life and the persistence of beauty. I discovered the vanity of so many humans and their desire to cheat death or touch immortality. There is no immortality. There's only eternity. And dust. My name is Matthew Rolston, and I am a proud alumnus of ArtCenter College of Design